Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Ron Gielak. I'm here with my good buddy and fellow marketer, Mark Harbert. What's up, Mark?
What's up, dude? How are you, man? It's
I'm
good to be
doing
on here
great.
with
I'm
you,
doing
dude.
great. How's Florida?
It's rainy. You know how it is, man. You've been down here. It's just been crazy. All the lightning and thunder has been nuts. But yeah, it's cool, man. I love it here. Muggy and I if you're in air conditioning right now and you walk outside, the glasses just fog right up. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Is it part of that time of the year where it like rains every day for like a little bit and then it's like dry like half hour later?
Pretty much it's like raining all day right now. So it's for the last week it's been like that. So it's pretty wild.
Awesome.
All good though. All good.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
Really appreciate you. So guys, I'm super excited about this. Mark and myself together, we're kind of rocking this for you. And tonight we're going to be teaching you how to build any business online. I don't care if it's an existing online business, a brick and mortar business, affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever. We're going to be showing you some basic fundamental building blocks and principles on how you can really build any business online. Between me and Mark, I think we'd have to add it up, but I think we got 20 plus years together in online marketing experience, maybe close to 30. So we're gonna really bring the value for you tonight. I'm excited. I know Mark's pumped too.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It'll be good stuff. Share some value here with you guys.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys so you can see what's going on here. Mark, can you see this?
Yep, I got you. There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. So these two incredibly good-looking guys, I'm not sure quite who they are, but they're very handsome. And tonight we're going to be showing you live how to build any business online. So what to expect tonight? We're going to share. I'm going to share a quick story with you, and I'd like Mark to share a quick story as well. But tonight you're going to learn how to build any business, product, or service completely ethically online. We're not talking about like spamming people or chasing friends and family or doing home parties and things like that anymore. Now we're going to show you how to really market professionally. I'm going to give you 3 keys to getting online customers, distributors, representatives, all that good stuff. And these are 3 fundamental keys that you'll see in just about every successful online business. So you're going to want to have a pen and paper with you to make sure you're getting these. I want to also encourage you to turn off your cell phones, turn off social media, just kind of be lasered in, honed in on this, because a lot of times when I've been on these kind of trainings in the past, I hear sometimes it's just one little thing that really is like a golden gem, so to speak, that has really changed the way that I do business, or has just tweak little things. It's always like the little things that make the most difference for me, and adding those really can kind of catapult you into the next level of your business where you're trying to grow. Okay. So tonight you're also going to learn how to kind of position yourself in front of your perfect audience, and I'm going to give you some questions to really discover who is your perfect audience as well. And then the cool thing with all of this online marketing stuff is it really allows you to generate sales, signups, customers, and commissions 24/7 systematically. I like, I really like, I just get a kick out of it every morning after I spend some time doing like my morning devotional and stuff, checking my email inbox and seeing how many sales or new customers and stuff came in overnight. And it's always something I look forward to every morning. It's like
That's fun. That's fun.
yeah. I know you can relate, Mark.
Love those commission notifications. They're fun.
Absolutely. So guys, if you are kind of new to if you're just getting on my email list, or you're just new to meeting me or Mark tonight, we're going to share you a quick story. I don't really like to talk about myself too much, but I first found online marketing back in 2009. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 18. I'm 27 now, and after real estate kind of kicked my butt, I looked for an alternative, looked for a way to supplement that income. And I turned to network marketing. And, I did okay with it to begin with, and, quickly found out that those types of businesses are a lot harder to build than initially presented, doing the whole friends and family thing. And I've had a fair bit of success doing that, and was able to go full time in my first company as well as several others. But it never really satisfied me. It never really filled me up. It never was enough. The vacation or incentive trip, the checks or the rank, none of that stuff was really satisfying. And it wasn't until I really found Jesus and started learning those biblical principles on how to do business, how to really know who I am and conduct business out of what the Bible says about who I am, and who Mark is as well, and really adopting those principles and really making an effort to serve other people and put them before myself. And that's kind of the way that I approach online marketing as well. And out of that experience and leaving the past behind, of like what's in it for me and looking for other things to satisfy you and fill you up, money, drugs, alcohol, all that kind of stuff never really worked for me. So once I adopted these biblical principles and do business out of that, I have a lot more joy and fulfillment. Right?
Oh, absolutely, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, really when you really take some of those biblical principles and put them into practice, and, it really, and I have that very often as well. I have a lot of people that, have said to me, you're very, your integrity is very high. And really it's just, I follow biblical principle, and I really build my business based on that, because I hold myself accountable, and that's the biggest thing, so, and that makes all the difference. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and by doing that and just kind of transitioning to marketing as like really making an effort to serve other people, we've had quite a bit of success. I'm on the MLSP Master Marketers team. It's an online marketing platform that really taught me as well as Mark on how to market online, and how to get our feet wet and really get this stuff going. And now I don't have a job. I have total time freedom. I can do what I want when I want. It's all thanks to that system and online marketing. And now this is just kind of my regular life. And because of that, I'm able to help other entrepreneurs, other marketers. And now I coach, I teach, I train. Obviously, you're on this webinar to get some of that tonight. And that's kind of what that has done for me. I know Mark has a similar story, and actually is even in a higher leadership position on the executive mastermind team. Mark, would you mind talking a little bit about your experience and your story real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I got involved in home business back in 2000, and I remember when I really got involved, the biggest thing that really attracted me to home business was the freedom. The freedom to just kind of live life on my terms, not really be beholden to a boss, not have to go into work every day. That was kind of the thing that really opened my eyes and got me really excited about having my own business. But what I found was it definitely was not that easy. And number one, I had to grow as a person. That was the big thing. But I also needed to learn how to just do some basic marketing, which for many, many years I didn't know how to do. And so I kind of went through that struggle, and that where most people go through, that period where you're growing, so you're experiencing those growing pains. It's not easy. But really, eventually I kind of started getting around online marketing, and once I started finding online marketing, I realized that was my niche. That was what I absolutely fun to generate leads. It was fun driving traffic, and it was fun to practice those attraction marketing principles, which I know you're going to hear some about tonight. And so for me, really learning that, and yeah, what I do now is got me out of my job. Well, I guess I didn't really have a choice when I got laid off on my job. I got fired, and that was in 2009. So at that point, I had already been in online marketing. I said, all right, well, I'm going to do this. And so my wife and I ended up moving down to Chile for a couple years, and I was living in Chile, and I was working, doing some, doing a little bit of stuff on the side. But in the meantime, I was just putting online marketing to work, and here I am now. I do this full time. It's all I do. I do marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales, and it's been an incredible journey. That's for sure. So last year was my biggest year ever. On track already. I've already pretty much made this year what I made last year, and we're only 7 months in. So pretty cool, man. Pretty awesome stuff.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I love how this the online marketing world is progressive, because you always just kind of like learn one thing, and then it has like compounding effect as you implement that, and it crosses over to other areas in your business.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Really cool. Really cool. So, why would you want to transition online? There's a lot of fears. There's a lot of unknowns with that. It's like, how do you do that? And there's like this mystery, right? Or so it looks like. It's actually a lot simpler than you would think once you just know what to do. So, really, it's the education and the training that empowers you. And once you know what to do, it's pretty straightforward. So, one of the things that I love about it is that it's unlimited. You can reach an unlimited number of people, and really the key is to position yourself in front of those looking for solutions to their pains, wants, needs, any way that you can help a person and be in front of those opportunity or product or solution seekers. And with the marketing that we do, is that you can really pinpoint your target audience, and by knowing more about them and figuring out who you want to serve, and then positioning yourself and your marketing in front of them. It's kind of like if only red cars were driving down a highway, and you have billboards on the highway that's, hey, are you driving a red car? Then blah 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 blah, right? It's kind of like that. So with online, you can build faster, you can build passively, you can generate leads, signups, sales, all that kind of stuff on top of what you're already doing offline or using social media or whatever you're doing. And the cool part is you can do all this stuff that we're talking about, that we're going to be teaching, without the phone. Obviously, you'll do a lot better if you want to use the phone and engage more and add that to your business as well, but it is not required with online marketing, because the traffic flow that you get, the number of people that you can bring to your websites, and the systems that you set up to really create time freedom. So we want to transition you from old school or old way of thinking in life into the new way, and kind of bring you up to speed and put you on the cutting edge of where your business can be.
Absolutely. I just want to share something real quick too, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that some people don't know is that I actually went online, and you could do a search on this yourself. But when you look at where people are today, and you want to be in front of, like, if you're building a home business, your goal is to be in front of where people are. It makes sense. I mean, even if you build a brick and mortar business, what is the goal when you pick a location? You want a lot of foot traffic. Your goal is to put yourself in a location where you're going to get a lot of traffic coming in. People are going to come into the store, and if you pick the wrong location, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get a lot of business. You probably go out of business. So it's really the same thing as when you're doing it online. But I actually looked, and there was a research done, and in the year 2000, the people from, I think it was the 18 to 30 age group, it was something like 43% of them were online. And in 2012, in that same age group, 97% of them were online. Wow. So when you look at, in that 12-year span of how it more than doubled that age group, 97% of that age group is online, and I think in the age group above that, it's like 30 to 45 or something. It's like 90%. I mean, almost everybody is online. You want to be learning how to market yourself online, plain and simple. I mean, if you don't, then you're really missing out on a huge opportunity. And it just, learning some of those, those passive marketing strategies can really make a big difference in how you build your business.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know those numbers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Makes me feel a lot better about what we're doing.
Absolutely, man.
So let's talk about your online business. So these are, I'm going to give you a few questions that you can really ask yourself. I'd encourage you to write these down and really think about it before going nuts. You don't want to go in a wrong direction here. But who am I, and what is my message? Okay. Who is my ideal customer, client, team member? Person I want to work with. This is basically, this question kind of is shaping your target, right? Who is the exact person that you'd like to speak to? In other words, like an avatar. If you could take a magic wand, wave this in the air, then ding, there's your perfect person that you'd like to work with. What does that person look like? How old are they? Maybe where do they live? What kind of thinking do they have? What are their pains? What problems do they have? Where do they want to be, like in the next 12 months? Like these kind of things you want to be asking yourself, because it's going to help you gear your marketing more to speak more targeted to them. It's like the difference between you getting you seeing a billboard and you getting a personal phone call to solicit that same service, right? So what problem, pain, need, or want does my target audience or my perfect customer have? If you can find out and know what problems do they have or what pains, and simply provide a painkiller or solution, then you can gain a customer. You can gain somebody that wants to see your content, that wants to engage with you, that wants to join your business, that kind of stuff. And when you know the pains, then you can now go to this next question, which is how can I serve them? Or another way of saying that is what value can I offer them? How can I help that person, right? So if you're driving and you have a flat tire, boom, your tire goes out. You have a problem, right? What's your problem? You're going to be late for wherever you're going, right? Your car is now broken. So the pain is multifaceted here. One, you're going to be late. This is causing you frustration. It's causing you delay. It's going to cost you money. Your tires busted. So how can you serve someone with a busted tire? They call AAA. AAA comes out, changes the tire or whatever, or you buy a spare and you do it yourself. Those are two different ways to solve a problem. There are multiple ways that you can solve people's problems. One is AAA, one is your spare, one is call a friend, right? There's three different ways to solve the problem of, busted tire. All of those things are valuable, right? All of those things I'd be willing to personally pay for, right? So then this last question, how can I communicate that message of serving them, right? You can, and this is where the online stuff comes in. Like, what vehicle are you going to choose to communicate? Are you a podcaster? Are you an email person? Do you want to do videos? Are you a Twitter guy? All these different ways. Well, how do I want to communicate my message of service and help and value to that person? Anything you want to add here, Mark?
No, you're nailing it, bro. This is perfect. This is awesome, man. And it really is, like, the best thing you can do, and Ron's nailing it, is when you know your market has a pain, that they have a need, it's very simple. Like, entrepreneurship is so easy, it's so simple in the sense of all you need to do is find a problem and provide a solution.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how literally, millionaires are made. That's how very successful business people is just find a problem and provide the solution. And that's really the message. It's that simplistic.
Awesome. Awesome. So I want to give you 3 keys to getting online customers, and they're fairly simple, but it is like a bit of a process. But the first key is attraction. This is how do you want to attract that person? How are they going to see something that catches their eye? How are you going to be perceived to them? Right. The value is what you can share or what to share with them. And third is trust. That is that which takes place in your communication, right? In your in the audience's perception or perceived value of you and what you're offering. So we're going to dive into each one of these things just to make sure that you're really kind of grabbing this here. So let's move into attraction. Attraction is showing your prospect. One way of saying this is showing your prospect the light at the end of the tunnel, right? It's showing, it's kind of showing them like the possibility of, hey, something's different here. So this is commonly done a lot, like in before and after photos, in health and fitness. Like, I don't know about you, but like I've probably watched the Bowflex commercial, the whole infomercial, like, I don't know, man, like 40, 50 times at least. I want to look, I want to be in shape. So I'll see like, sorry, I'll see those guys and they're like, here's they were before, and this is where they're after, and all they did is use this one piece of machinery, and I'll watch it forever. I'm like, how is that possible? It's entertaining.
What about the Thigh Master? You remember that?
Oh yeah. No, the one that got me is like I forget the guy's name, the guy with the ponytail, and he's on like the gazelle, and he's like skiing back and forth.
Tony. I think it was Tony Gazelle. Was that what it was? It? Yeah, something like that.
So
hilarious.
Yeah, you see like the before and after a lot in health and fitness, and that's like a way that they can attract you to that product or service or person. Another thing that people do to sell products and gain a following is like inspiration, entertainment, right? A guy I follow who's also in addition to being a pastor, is an information marketer. You guys may know him. His name's Joel Osteen, and he's like very big on motivating, encouraging, inspiring people, and that's kind of like and he brings a message of hope. Right. So he inspires people, he entertains people with what he's saying. And, his information marketing business is, he does books, CDs, courses, live events, all that kind of stuff. And all these kind of things should be geared towards to meet needs, pains. And again, back to that basic problem solution model, right? And by doing that, this is how you start practicing attraction marketing. So value. I love this definition. Definition is value is basically what is somebody willing to pay for, right? So I love how Jim Rohn puts it. I consume a lot of Jim Rohn and personal development stuff, but he says we get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. So a great question to ask yourself is, what is valuable to your target audience, right? For example, a way you can kind of start to communicate this is 3 tips to, XYZ. We were talking about health, like fitness before. So like, 3 tips to 6-pack abs, right? 3 tips to losing 10 pounds to fit in that next bikini, whatever, right? An example is doing reviews, how-tos, guides, PDFs, free gifts, all these kind of things, all with a benefit of leaving someone, your prospect, better than they were before, right? That's a good question to ask yourself when creating value, or asking yourself is this valuable? If somebody looks at this, or somebody goes through this, or attends this event, or whatever it is that you want to promote, is this person going to go from A to B, and is B going to be a better place? Are they going to be more well off for consuming this value or this content than they were previously? Right.
Yep.
So trust. Trust is like the third element of the three keys here. And this really is established through communication and understanding of a prospect's current state, pains, and struggles. This is like what you probably have heard this over time. It's like a sales like one-on-one kind of thing, that model of feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I felt that same way. But what I found is, and then on the found part is where, you're sold something, right? So it's a way to kind of, create trust and communicate that. So when you're speaking to your target audience, keep in mind, what are their pain points? What are their struggles? What is the state that they're in, that they're experiencing? And how can you relate to that? How can they understand that, hey, I've been there too, right? So that's actually why it's a good part, why I say like struggle or adversity is good in the beginning, because if you don't have that, it's like, I don't want to learn from that guy. He has no idea what I'm going through, right? The reality is, like with this online stuff, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars going through garbage until I found the right system and the right people to really help me. I wasted a lot of time too. Maybe you've been there before as well. So it's important that people who are consuming your content or your marketing can relate with you, and you can not be robotic, but a person that has feelings and can connect there as well. The other part of this is really huge that I love, is credibility and testimonials. If you have helped people before in the past, if you have success stories, if you have before and after photos like the Bowflex guys do, that adds a lot of credibility. You never notice how all these infomercials have testimonials, people talking, right? Before and after photos, like the Proactiv commercials for people who have acne. You see the picture of their pimply face before, and then after using Proactiv for a period of time, boom, you're clean, right? So you want to get that credibility and those testimonials. And then the biggest part, not the biggest part, but really what's really going to actually set you apart. And this is going to seem so basic. It really shouldn't be, but I really shouldn't even have to say this, but what will make you stand out is that you actually follow through on your promises. Like one of the biggest turnoffs for me as an entrepreneur or as a customer is somebody who says they're going to do something and then not do it, right? If I'm expecting the doors to open at 8 o'clock and it come 9 o'clock, they're still not open, I'm upset. I don't want to do business with you anymore. I've lost my patience. I don't trust you anymore. So avoid flakiness. Just simply do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Okay? Absolutely.
And this is really this is a big deal. And this is this goes hand in hand with where Ron was talking about attraction. It really makes all the difference on whether people at some point will open up their wallet and join you and in an opportunity, buy a product from you, whatever is they need to feel trust. And there is a certain way to build that, and you just need to do it right. But I really believe with what Ron is sharing here, it is so basic, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't get this. I mean, I get emails every single day from people that really have done nothing to build trust. It's just, it's constantly pitch, and it's, there really hasn't been much to build trust. It's like when somebody comes to you on Facebook and they spam you their link, like, hey, best opportunity ever in the world, you should check it out, only $5, make $1 million. There's no trust there. They've literally built no trust, and what Ron's getting to here is going to be real key in how you do that, because the internet is full of junk. I mean, it really is. And if you really, really, really want to stand out, just do some of the basics and build trust with people. You'd be surprised how far you'll go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I totally agree. And then the consistency. If you can be consistent with what you're doing, that it also helps establish more trust too. When they see people reoccurringly do the same things. I remember in my my first network marketing company. You know, I met a guy like one that came through one of my websites, and you know, he actually didn't join for 6 months, but during that whole time, during that 6 months, he was watching me, he was watching my marketing, and then one day he messaged me and said, "Hey Ron, I've been watching you for a while. I've seen, you know, how consistent you are, how committed you are to this. I think I'm ready." And I said, "All right, if you're ready, go ahead, sign up right here." The guy signed up, and shortly after became the #1 income earner in the entire country of Canada. And that was a pretty hefty payday for me. So you want to be consistent and really establish that trust so you can have some of those stories and experiences as well. So some examples, I think I've kind of, health and wellness, I've kind of, you know, I can't stop talking about Bowflex and Chuck Norris, so I think you get that one. You know, so health and wellness, fitness, some examples of kind of starting this attraction, value, trust is giving like diet and nutrition tips, right? Those are things that will attract people that are looking to get in shape, that are adding value. Workout and exercise. What if you did like a webinar like this or something, which is not hard to do? I'm just talking in front of my computer, and I'm taking questions and answering them about fitness. Like I have a ton of fitness questions, like how do I eat? Should I like eat and then work out like 30 minutes later? Like when should I take protein? Is it after or before? Or like what's the deal? What is pre-workout shake? How does that work? Like I have a lot of these questions, just me personally, and I would love to have somebody to ask. And I don't want to like hire a personal trainer right away. But so that's an example. Otto, we talked about the flat tire example. You know, Otto, I don't really follow too many or follow anybody in Otto, or no one really pops on my radar. So if you're into this kind of stuff, I think it's actually pretty good niche. But doing car tips, you know, I'm not a really big car guy, so I don't know a lot about it, but maybe, you know, gas consumption or vehicle reviews, giving advice, etc. These kind of things. How can you add value to, you know, somebody that's looking to fix up their car? Maybe they have old junker they want to fix up. Maybe they're into performance or detailing. What kind of value can you create there? And then you can sell products, you can sell information geared around that as well. Travel, I have some friends that are doing travel. How to get best deals, reviews on certain places. I'm going to Hawaii in a couple weeks, and I might do a review on the place there. You know, you can do a guide to a certain area. Maybe you've been to Costa Rica, and here's like a, you know, travel guidebook to this certain area in Costa Rica. You know, you can create PDFs, videos, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people do this with like real estate stuff, like video walkthroughs of the house, doing like open house that way. You know, fun facts about this property, that kind of stuff. And then at the end of like every piece of content or tip or value that I do, I always do my best to close, like end the video or end the content with some kind of call to action, a CTA, and which is something like click here, go here, enter your name and email here, you know, click the join now, buy this, you know, or connect with me on Facebook, call me, etc. You get the idea. All these different ways of calling somebody to take some kind of action. With your marketing, you got to be, you know, kind of direct, right? Tell people what to do. Mark, this is kind of funny, but I was like, a while ago, I was like, why am I not making that many sales? I have like a big list, and I have this product and that product, or this opportunity and that opportunity. And then I was like, I just need to ask people to buy more. And that's all it was. I started telling people to buy, and like, hey, you like just saying, hey, buy this. And then I started making a lot more money.
It reminds me of a verse that I love in the Bible, and it says, "You have not because you ask not." And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, a lot of people don't get the sale because they just don't ask for it.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
That's really it.
It's not rocket science, but I just ask people, buy. If not, okay, that's cool.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. But the call to, just real quick on that too, the call to action, when you're creating content, that is essential. And it's so not hard. I mean, it really isn't. And, I think, what happens is with the call to action, people tend to get a little weird on it. Being a video marketer myself, and I've taught people a lot of video marketing stuff, I've actually seen people where they'll create videos and they get down to the call to action and literally like their jaw starts fluttering. They start getting real nervous because they feel like they're selling, and really it's not a matter of selling. It's just a matter of like, hey, if you want to learn more, you want to dive deeper, go ahead and check this out. You can, get more information here, and it can lead into, some type of a sales funnel, which will, automate the process for you a lot and move people through that process by themselves, and that's where, Ron's talking too about the automation stuff as well. So it really makes a big deal, big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I like the call to actions. Like without it, you're kind of just making noise. You need to lead. You need to give people direction, and lead people like into your funnel or website. So, Mark mentioned funnel, and I think that's a good transition here. So let's actually talk about that. So you've heard this word before, like, I gotta get them into my funnel, right? So this is kind of how it works. So when we talk about funnels, we're talking about a website, right? And this is kind of my version of the funnel process and how that basically works. So let's picture 1 million people, right? There's 1 million people, and you're putting out marketing, you're putting out advertising. Picture this like cars driving down a highway, right? And as they're driving down, they're seeing different billboards, and that's making them aware, right? So this is happening by your marketing activities and how you're choosing to build your brand and be in front of different cars or different eyes, so to speak, right? When somebody becomes aware and they see that you have an offer, they see you have a way that they can engage with you, they have a choice. And not everyone is going to make that choice and say yes, right? So the next level down is leads. Because only a certain percentage of those people have raised their hand and said yes. I want what you're talking about. I want what you're offering here. So we have something called a squeeze page or an opt-in box, an opt-in offer. And what that is a page that says, hey, for this, this 3 tips on how to have a 6-pack. I'll send you my 3 tips on how to have a 6-pack, my special video and PDF guide. All you have to do is enter your email here, and I'll send that right away to your email box, right? So some people have said yes, they've exchanged their email address, and now, excuse me, they've exchanged their email address and are now looking to receive that piece of value that you promised, right? Next down is prospects, right? These are people that you're now communicating with, that you're now building that trust, you're now building that relationship. And by the way, this is all automated, right? You just kind of have to set it up first, and I'll talk more about how you can do that later on in the training. So now the prospects are people that you can follow up with that can automatically get videos and emails and all kinds of cool stuff from you or from a system that you're a part of. You're sending them offers, things to buy. You're communicating with them, sending them success stories or testimonials, or more pictures of before and after, people who have lost weight, right? And then finally, out of those people that you're communicating, a smaller percentage will say, oh my gosh, yes, I absolutely love what you're talking about. I love it so much, I'm going to give you money for that. And you make a sale, right? And that happened because the prospect trusts you, and the value that you're sharing, has hit certain pain points in their lives that they say, I want to make this pain stop. I need to stop the bleeding. I'm going to buy that in order to, satisfy that need. Okay. Mark, any comments on this?
On the funnel process, what's really cool is with a funnel, if you set it up, if it's set up in a way where it can literally can get people to call you rather than you calling them. I mean, that's the beauty of setting up a funnel, is that it can prompt people, give them value really in an automated way without you even having to do anything other than, just learn some of the basics of traffic and bringing traffic to the page, So the funnel process is so important, and it moves people through a process automated to where it qualifies them for you. And honestly, that is what is the coolest thing about online marketing, because really, let's say get 25 leads, but in the end, maybe one or possibly two will buy what you're selling, but the automated funnel process moves them through that on its own, and you don't have to do anything other than just feed the funnel. That's the whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's kind of like this. Like if you put $1 into a vending machine, right, to buy some marketing or some traffic, some people to come to your website, and then every time you press A6 to get your candy bar, it spit out $2. How many times would you put $1 into that machine if you knew it was going to keep doing that?
Where's that machine? I'll find it.
Yeah.
Do it all day long.
You never stop. And then that's the fun part, where you get to scale it, and it's how much traffic can I send to this thing quickly, right? And that's really the sweet spot where you want to get to. So that's kind of how like a basic funnel works, and how people in your company or in online businesses are really doing this. And you think about, people walking, as Mark said before, people walking past a business or a car driving down a highway, right? Certain people are going to take the exit ramp and come into your offer, or into your website, into your doors of your retail store, whatever kind of business that you have. And as they're on that track, or on that exit ramp, they just keep taking more exit ramps until they get to the destination, which is your sale point. And once they're there, the cool part is that you can redo this process over and over and over again. A person that's done business with you once and you've sold something to, those are the ones that are actually most inclined to buy more products and do more business with you, because they've seen the value, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about marketing and traffic to your business or website. So, anytime I'm doing something, I'm always branding myself. You're always seeing a picture of me. If you saw some of the promotions for this webinar tonight, you saw a picture of myself, a picture of Mark. It's always branding, and a great site that you can get just about any kind of like logo or website or branding or just about anything you can think of is Fiverr.com. That's a real easy one. And you pay like $5 for stuff on that site, hence the name Fiverr. I've gotten some cool stuff made for $5, and people are like, oh my gosh, how much did you pay for that? That must have cost you a fortune. And I was like, yeah, it was a fortune. It was $5. So I love Fiverr.com. That's a great way, great site you can use for all the stuff we're talking about tonight to brand yourself. So traffic marketing. So Mark, I'd like you to talk about this as well.
Hmm.
But some paid marketing, I believe, is your path of least resistance. It's the way to get fastest results because it's kind of it is direct response marketing.
Yep.
Myself and Mark do a lot of the Facebook pay per click, running those Facebook ads you see in your news feed and on the sidebar of Facebook as well as YouTube. Mark, what's been some of your experience with these two traffic methods?
Well, definitely Facebook PPC has been very powerful, especially for branding. Facebook is, with the features that Facebook has in terms of driving traffic. I mean, really, that's where so many people are. I mean, it's like 1.5 billion people on Facebook. I mean, that's crazy. That's like what, a seventh of the world on on Facebook, something like that. And so being able to go through and really, literally, Ron at the beginning was talking about, finding your perfect prospect, where literally you can put your ads or your video or a blog post or something literally within right in front of the people that are most likely to want what you have, literally within 20 minutes. You can go in, set up a Facebook ad, and literally within 20 minutes that can be in front of the people that would more than likely want what you have. That's powerful, and that's very, very leveraged in terms of your time. It's very leveraged in terms of just being able to get results faster and quicker rather than slower and later. As far as YouTube PPC, I have not done a lot with that. I'm a YouTube guy, but I've always really focused in YouTube more on the free traffic side, because the free traffic side is very powerful as well with YouTube when you do that right. But the paid marketing is definitely faster results. There's no question. And even with YouTube PPC, which I have not done a lot with, all it would take is basically the same principle as Facebook PPC. You're going to put up an ad, which would be a video, and you go to YouTube and you see those in-stream ads. What if you could literally put one of those ads in front of the people that would more than likely want what you have? I mean, how cool would that be? And that's really what you can do, especially with paid marketing. It's faster, it's easier, you can scale it quicker. But that's what's really cool about it.
Yeah, imagine all the stuff that you could sell me for the guy who's watching Bowflex videos on YouTube.
Seriously, man. More than likely a guy like Ron who's liked the Bowflex Facebook page.
Yeah, yeah. You can get at me on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll probably buy stuff.
That's awesome.
So then, content marketing. Myself and Mark do a lot of this. I'm very thankful I did start this years ago because I'm really, reaping the fruits of that now. So content marketing is like is basically a piece of content, a blog, a video, an article, an image, something out there that you put out into internet land on your website, and over time, when you use the right keywords and you're consistent with this strategy, you start developing. It's kind of like this. Every time you create it, like let's take blogging. Every time you create a blog post, right? It's kind of like you casting out a fishing line, right? And you got a piece of bait out there for somebody to opt in or enter their name and email to come to your website or come to your offer, right? You create another blog post. Boom, you now got 2 fishing lines.
Yep.
Right? Let's do a video in one of those blog posts. Now I got a video on my blog, which makes it a better piece of content. And now I got a video on like Vimeo or YouTube as well. That's a third piece of content and another fishing line. So let's say that these fishing lines, I don't know, let's just say they each fishing line produced 5 leads every week. Right? So if I got 3 pieces of content, that's 15 leads a week. If I did a good job with my content, it's ranking up there. I'm getting let's just call it 15 leads a week. right? So not every piece of content is going to perform. Sometimes it just doesn't, right? But imagine if you had 100 of these pieces of content out, or over time you get to 500 pieces of content, 500 fishing lines or 500 videos out there that you have done that are speaking to your target audiences, your prospects, your customer avatar, the person you want to communicate with. You got 500 videos out there that are speaking directly to their pains, needs, wants, problems, and you're offering solutions. You're offering entertainment, inspiration, and to stop the bleeding of the problem that they have, right? So over a long term, you start generating leads automatically. So I'm at the point now that whether I get up out of bed or not, I know I'll have a minimum of like 10 to somewhere between 10 and 30 leads just from content marketing every single day. I know that I'll sell stuff or I'll have people join something every single day just from content that I've made in the past over time, right? So this is a little bit more of a long-term strategy. You know, so you have two ends here. Your paid marketing, which is like now you throw money at something, you find out if it works or if it doesn't work. Content marketing, you find out over time. It's something that's going to like rank in the search engines. People will find it when they search and, you know, produce a lead or a sale for you. And, you know, really the key to this is consistency, because it is a long-term thing, right? So, you know, there's a Bible verse that reminds me of that as well, Galatians 6:9, which says, "Do not grow weary in doing good, for in a due season you shall reap." Right? So it's very true with content marketing as well on the other side of the coin. You want to add anything here, Mark?
I seriously think your description about content marketing, it's literally putting fish hooks and fish lines out in there, out in the big vast ocean of the internet, and the more fish hooks you get out there, the better. And as you do it over time, I was as you were talking, I actually pulled out my calculator, and I was running the numbers. And you think every week, if you created 5 pieces of content, which really is not hard to do, especially when you get into a groove, and you did that for an entire year, that'd be 260 fish hooks you'd have out in the ocean. That if you do it and get trained on how to do it in the right way, it's really not hard. But if you do it the right way, you've got 260 fish hooks. I mean, imagine you're in a boat and you're out in the ocean and you got 260 fish hooks in the water. You're gonna catch something. And I'll give you an example real quick. I remember this is like, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, maybe even longer, 20 years ago. I remember I went on a family vacation down in North Carolina. And we chartered a fishing boat for 5 hours, and we went out to catch Spanish mackerel. And as a family, so we get out there and they start throwing out the fish hooks and the fish lines. And we had 5 fishing poles, and literally we were throwing out the the lines. And the fish were just, I mean, it was like you throw it out and you'd reel it back in, but they had 5 going at once. I mean, it was like, each line was pulling in something, and and the limit, the law was 60 fish in a day. We got that in like an hour. So, and I every time I think of content marketing, I always think of that in my mind, because that's exactly what you're doing. When you're creating content, you're putting fish hooks out there, and if you do it right, if you do it like, Ron, we're going to show you how to get access to that type of training, but how to do that, I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. It really does. Mm-hmm. And it's passive long term, like you have there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's nice getting to the other side where because of the work that you've done in the past, you'll have leads, sales, commissions, all that stuff coming in. It's like automatically having somebody else go fishing for you. But I really like fishing.
I have leads. I still get leads every day from videos I made 3 years ago off of YouTube.
So awesome.
Yeah, every day.
That's
pretty awesome.
So yeah, man. So just in case you don't know what a lead is, I just want to describe that real quick. So this is basically somebody who has raised their hand and identified themselves as, hey, I'm interested in, getting that Bowflex guide, or, I have no idea how to put this machine together. Give me a free PDF on how to put my Bowflex machine together. I will give you my email. Or like, hey, want somebody to come to your house and put your Bowflex together? Yes, that would be me. I don't want to put that together. So I'll enter my name and email and get that free report on how I can get that done. And when somebody becomes a lead, they have exchanged their information, their email, for that value, right? I'm giving you my email so I can get that Bowflex guide. And this is the beginning of our relationship. That starts, and this is like kind of like your first impression, like, your first impression when meeting someone. Like, think back when, or if you are dating, you always want to make a first impression, a good first impression when you go out on the first date, right? So that's kind of what you're doing online when somebody enters their name and email address, right? You're going to show up looking sharp. You're going to bring the flowers, you're going to call ahead, make a reservation. And the same thing with this, you're going to make sure that they're going to get an email. They're going to have an easy way to get your free PDF to the Bowflex or whatever. And by doing what you say, when you say you're going to do that, that instantly makes you stand out, and it's trust factor, and it's communicating that value, right? Value is not, you enter your name and email, okay, here's something to buy right away. Not like that is sometimes, but more often than not, the way things are going right now in the online world is we want to have that trust factor. I want to know there's a real person or a real business on the other end of this. I want to have be able to know that if I have a problem or if I have a question, I can communicate with you and get that get that question answered. And a lot of your customers or people that are on your website, they just want to know that you're a real person, and that if they could get on the phone with you, or if they could send you an email, someone would be there to answer that. So again, just simply do what you say you're going to do, and you keep your leads happy, right? So the next part of that funnel, after they become a lead, is they become a prospect. So this is someone you are already communicating with and building the trust factor or building the relationship with them. And this takes place with the videos that you're making, the pieces of content that you're making, and your email communication. That's probably the way that I do it the most. Some of you on tonight's webinar, you get emails from me every week that's helping you grow your business. Same with Mark. And some ways that some tools that you can use, just right now. I'll give you an easier one at the end of this, but some tools that you can use to start communicating this are Aweber. So you can go to aweber.com, and that's like an automatic email responder. So when somebody comes to your website, enters their name and email, you can set this up so they'll start getting emails for the next 30, 60, 100 days, however long you want. It's fully customizable. It's pretty cool. Some other tools are GetResponse. It's the same thing as Aweber. And then a much more advanced and expensive system is Infusionsoft, which is what a lot of the top guys online use as well. Right? So you can use any of those kind of tools to communicate more content, value, entertainment, and offers to people that who have become a lead or a prospect and said, hey, I want what you're offering, right? So you just want to go about communicating with them and starting that relationship by delivering things that are going to help them. That's going to stop the bleeding, so to speak, okay? And then boom, the last part, and the part everyone's looking for when it comes to online marketing, is the sale, right? This is the person that says, yes, Ron, I love so much what you're saying. I love the value that you're providing here, that I'm actually going to have help now. I'm actually going to have my problem solved. And yes, here's my credit card. Here's my money. Come build my Bowflex machine, right? So then you have made a sale, and it really occurs. A good way to kind of think about this conceptually is that this occurs when the perceived value has tipped the scales, right? Picture a scale left and right. It has tipped the scales of pain to it is now irresistible to your prospect. It's to the point where, how can I not do this? How can I not take this offer, right? And a really great key to doing that, and I wish more people would do this. You'd have a lot happier customers and all that stuff, is that you under promise and you over deliver. That's the key for every kind of marketing, every kind of piece of content that you want to do. And it's a great way to maintain and keep your integrity with anything that you're doing online, is under promise and over deliver. And that's the key to a happy customer or a happy distributor every single time. And when you do that, you get a buyer. And once you have a buyer, those are the people that are most likely to do business with you again and again and again. Mark, I know you did really amazing in an affiliate contest recently. Made an insane amount of sales. Can you talk about making sales online for a bit?
Yeah, I love that you're bringing this up, under promise and over deliver, and that is one of those principles that we talked about in the beginning about integrity. I really believe that if you really truly want to succeed in whatever you're doing from a business point of view, you have to live by this principle. And I would love for you guys to just comment and let us know, is that like something that makes sense? Because I will tell you right now, in the online world, one of the things that gets people in trouble the most is they overhype stuff and then under-deliver on that hype. And what happens is, with customers, okay, if you raise the expectation too high, you have to deliver at that level or beyond in order to have a happy customer. So the goal is under promise, set their expectation not low. You want to give them enough to make them excited, but you don't want to over promise that you can't deliver. Remember what Ron said? What causes people to be flaky is when they promise something and they don't deliver on it. This plays into that. So just know that when you're selling something, if you create too much of an expectation and then no delivery on it, you've broken trust right there. So the best thing to do is under promise and over deliver. If you can over deliver and it goes way beyond what their expectation were, guess what? You've got a customer for life. And that's the key. So expectations are huge. But when it comes to making the sales online, I believe just that principle alone will make all the difference. And this last point you have on here, a buyer once is most inclined to do business with you again and again. And that's true if it's based on that principle right above, under promise and over deliver, they will continue to do business with you over and over and over again. No question.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's like one of the, I guess, Mark, you know more about how your business looks than I do, but I think this is a good chunk of the reason is why month 7 into the year you've already surpassed your income, for all of 2014.
Yeah, and you pointed out real quick, I recently competed in an affiliate contest, and I did do incredibly well in this affiliate contest. And part of it is because, man, I gave way more value than what they were paying for. Just as bonuses to the people that purchased the affiliate product that I was promoting. And it was an insane amount of value for what they were paying, and people were just buying it left and right because the value was there. Mm-hmm. And when the value's there, it's very easy for people to make that choice to pull out the credit card and buy because, everybody loves a good deal. Everybody. It's funny, I don't think I've ever met somebody who, like, when they go to the store and buy, like, shoes or, a shirt, and they're like, oh, I got it, it was on sale. we all love stuff that was on sale, We love to get a good deal. That's just, like, who we are. So if you can make it, like, so sweet for people that they're just so inclined to want to pull out the credit card and buy because you've just made it a no-brainer, man, that's a winning combination right there to make more sales.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So the big question is, how do you start this process? When I first learned about online marketing, I was buying a ton of courses and trainings and going to live events and wasting a lot of time and money. And I've been interested in online marketing since I was like 17, when I first saw this guy Jonathan Budd doing a video when I was in high school, and I was like, "This is so cool! I want to do that too." And I struggled for like the longest time, and I couldn't figure anything out. I would just like, I was working at a video store, and I would do my job, then take my money, and then go buy more stuff online, and none of it worked. And because I was just hungry for information. But I don't want you to go through that. I kind of wanted you to take some of the stuff that we talked about tonight and really hit the ground running. So how do you start this, right? So the first thing is to not do what I did and buy 10,000 million things. Is just pick one thing to learn, right? So you can. There's so many different strategies, and you're like, oh, well, Ron, which is the best one? Which one should I do first? I don't know. And it's just like, any of them, all of them work. Every single one of these things work. That's why they're there. That's why you see all these gurus and other people teaching them, right? The key is to just learn one and become a master of that until you're getting that, 10, 20, 30-day lead flows. And then once you're there and it's like autopilot, you got it, you can do it with one hand tied behind your back, then add another strategy. So some of the simple things that you can do to start is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, content marketing like blogging we talked a lot about, doing webinars, video marketing, all this kind of stuff. It's fairly simple and straightforward when you have the right training. I don't do all the things on this page. I don't need to. I'm a big video, and I'm a big Facebook guy, and I do some webinars. You don't need a lot, right? You could rock your entire business with just one of these things. I know plenty of people that do that, especially Facebook.
Yeah, and Ron, real quick, how many people have you signed up? A ton of people on Facebook, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, in a network marketing company, I've signed up close to 400 people just using that one website.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, that ought to show you guys the total leverage when you learn some of the right strategies here that are just on this page. Just a matter of choosing one and running with it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's even more strategies than we're picturing here. But all these little boxes here that you're seeing with all these different strategies that I have here are all trainings that we actually have. Like people like myself and Mark have put together a lot of these for you guys that you actually can have access to, and I'll be able to share that with you. But again, some other ones that you can do is definitely mindset, working on your mindset. That's going to transfer over into all of your marketing, doing Facebook video ads. Mark, can you talk about that one for a second? I know you're big on that.
Yeah. Facebook video ads, I mean, imagine, we talked about a PPC ad earlier. Imagine creating a video where you're communicating a message, and literally within 20 minutes, you're in front of thousands of people. And that's ultimately what a Facebook video ad is. You're just creating a video, posting it on Facebook, and then you drive traffic to it through interest-based marketing on Facebook. And it's insane how powerful it is. I have students literally that have gotten leads from Facebook video ads literally within 20 minutes of posting a video and running an ad to it. I mean, it's really that powerful. Pretty amazing.
I love that. 20 minutes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. 20 minutes.
I mean, this makes me think about if I was when I was in my first network marketing company, I would spend like the whole day outside of the house, like walking around and trying to meet people, like coming off the beach or like
It's the worst.
in the mall, and I was putting flyers out on cars and here's what I would do is like me and my buddy, we would get in the car and I was buying like road signs, like bandit signs, handwritten things, which actually worked really well. But we were getting these like plastic like corrugated plastic signs and putting them at busy intersections. And I was doing that at like, from like 12 to 3 in the morning, like all over Naples and Fort Myers, Florida. And you'd wake up and there'd just be like a flood of these things everywhere. And I was getting calls, but it was like, I'm so dead from doing that all night. I don't even want to call these people now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now I can just make a couple clicks on my computer.
Yep, it's exactly it. Dude, I'm telling you, like for years, man, that's what I did. I mean, I was out and about just, chasing people. Like, I mean, it was nauseating. I'd spend 2.5, 3 hours out just to get, two numbers,
Yeah. And then
Nuts.
they don't even answer all the time.
Yeah, they don't even answer your calls. And I mean, look, and what's interesting is, and I want to point this out because I think it's important, that what Ron and I are talking about here, it's not to say none of that stuff works, because it does. But I don't know about you, but when I got in my home business, and I can speak for Ron here too, I got in it to create leverage.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wife and a daughter, and I didn't want to spend every single night outside the house trying to build my business. I wanted leverage, and leverage is how to do things faster, quicker, and easier in less time. And that's ultimately why I really turned to online marketing, to really learn that and start positioning myself for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. So I want to show you like what it would normally kind of cost to put something like this together. And when I went through these things the first time, I spent actually more than this. So what I would suggest first is getting a coach. A coach like right now I have different levels of coaching, but so I just picked my middle one, which I charged $1,000 a month. I don't have a problem telling you that I charge $1,000 a month. And I think that's average. So $1,000 a month for 12 months is 12 grand a year, right? A source or website that you can use to make like capture pages to get leads and prospects is called Lead Pages. And I think that's like somewhere, depending on which package you use, like the best value. I know my dad ended up buying this for his business before before talking to me all the way, but he spent like $800 something on Lead Pages just to have access to that. So email systems, and this is very low actually. Email systems, $220 to $600 if you're using something like Infusionsoft. I heard like a deal on it was like $1,000 and then $300 a month, and like that's like, hey, that's awesome for like Infusion. So
just to start on Infusionsoft is like $2,000 upfront cost. I use it, that's why I know.
Okay, there you go. So these, the point I'm trying to make here is that these are actually very conservative. So branding, if you were to hire a graphic designer or talk to somebody about branding, you're going to spend like at least $1,000 minimum to get this done the right way without having any kind of training, right? Website building, like this is like cheap. To have it done the right way and like professionally. I have one buddy that did it for about like 800, but I figured I'd take like a fair low number. So to have like a whole website built with like opt-in pages and your pictures and email autoresponders, all that kind of stuff, let's call it $1,000. And then your time, which is not even there's no dollar amount factored in here, because I did that because everyone's time has varying degrees of value here. So, I don't know how much time it would take you to actually set all these things up and call all these people and find all these resources and put it together and go through who's my target, who's my audience. All that stuff is a lot, right? So your time is going to take you there. I don't know how long it would take you, but let's just be conservative and say it's going to cost you a little bit more than $15,000, right? Mark, would you say that's a fair?
Oh yeah, absolutely, no question.
Yeah. So, this is for somebody, and I wouldn't have, I have friends and myself who regularly charge this kind of stuff to do it for you, or teach you how to do it. To do it for you costs way more than this. This is like if you were going to do it yourself. So let's call it 15,000, right? But like I said, I don't want you paying that. I don't want you doing that. Like I've done and bought a ton of stuff in the past, like Mark's done. You don't have to do that. So tonight I want to talk to you about what me and Mark both use, and where I believe we've gotten the most value. It's called My Lead System Pro. And My Lead System Pro is an online marketing, training, and lead generation system. Myself and Mark sit on the company advisory board. We teach, train, and coach the users of this system. And really what it is a lead way for you to get marketing, trading, websites, lead generation, education and it's all video, step by step. You can have instant value to share. If you're saying like, Ron, Mark, I love what you're saying, but I don't know what kind of value I can give to my audience. I don't know the kind of things that I can do. Well, we already have that for you. We have the value there for you. We have the ability to help you build relationships 24/7 on autopilot. You have the customizable websites, the Facebook fan pages, and then the total contact management system. So all these leads that are coming in, you can see who's bought stuff, who hasn't, which websites they've been to, and how to communicate with them as well. And then in this, we were talking about Infusion costing just $2,000 up front. We're actually just going to throw in an email autoresponder, no cost to you. You can just have it. And this is kind of like where I stopped wasting a lot of time and money and started learning from a community of professional marketers. And I know this is where it was a big catalyst for Mark as well. Mark, what's been part of your experience with MLSP, with My Lead System Pro?
Man, it's funny, I started really diving into online marketing in 2008. I went out, I started doing some of my own PPC stuff on Google, and I ended up stumbling across My Lead System Pro in late 2008, and I started seeing it all over the place. And then early 2009 in January, I decided to get started, and literally I've been a member ever since. So I mean, we're talking 6 years here, over 6 years that I've been a member, and pretty much the majority of what I've learned in the online marketing world has been through this system. Mm-hmm. And I look at where I'm at today. It's very rare. This whole entire year there hasn't been, and I'm not saying this to brag, that I've not had a month less than $20,000 in all of 2015 so far. And it's based upon what I've learned in this system. And I just had a $55,000 month like 2 months ago, and based on what I've learned in this system. And I don't say that to brag, but I'm here to tell you this works. This works. So that's what I attribute a lot of my success to in terms of working with My Lead System Pro. So if that's a testimony for you as to what I've learned personally being a part of this system, I don't know what else is. I mean, it's really the main reason I'm here and why I still use it today.
That's powerful, man. That's really awesome. I didn't know you were in it since 2009. I think I started using it December of 2009.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
crazy.
Crazy,
So,
man. Yeah.
guys, I don't want you to spend the 15,000. I just want you to get started here. Take a test drive. Become an MLSP mastered. I want you to do a 10-day test drive. It's $10. $10, you can test drive the system, you can see the value, you can see the trainings, the websites, the step-by-step hand holding and walkthrough. You can be part of our private Facebook group, where I think we got over 15,000 members in that little group, private Facebook group, where we can show you exactly how to do more of this stuff. You can get your questions answered, you can get support, all that kind of stuff, and you can get this by going to rongelock.com /test drive. And here's the deal. I want to make sure that whatever business that you're building, you're going to be able to have success in this, and that online marketing is going to work for you this time. So if you're going to continue, and if you can choose to continue with My Lead System Pro, I'm going to actually give you free coaching. I normally charge $1,000 a month for coaching, and I'm going to give you free coaching for the next 12 months. As long as you're a member of My Lead System Pro with me, I'm going to give you entirely free coaching, and you get access to all my current products that I have, including my Facebook course. It's called Social Media Recruiting Mastery, and it shows you exactly how I used Facebook to sponsor close to 400 people in a network marketing company. So I'm throwing that in as a bonus for everybody who chooses to become a My Lead System Pro member and take this test drive today.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I just want to say real quick too, I really wanted to come on this webinar too because, obviously Ron's here. He's kind of gone through stuff, and the last thing Ron is going to do, because it's just the kind of guy he is, he's not going to toot his own horn and actually talk about how awesome he really is. I've known Ron for a little while now, and honestly, there's really only, I don't like lend my my recommendations very easily. I just won't. But Ron is definitely one of those guys that I give like the highest recommendation to if you want to work with him, because he's got such a deep integrity. He cares about doing the right thing, and he really cares about the people that he works with. And so one of the cool things about what he shared tonight is that marketing space is big, if not more, you want to go out and do. Internet marketing really is in that very same professional type of thing, and Ron is literally, he's one of those guys that ranks right up there as the professionals. He is one of the professionals, and 400 people on Facebook that he's brought into his various programs and stuff. That ought to tell you that he knows a few things. And so I just want to say that if I were you and you're looking to build your business online, if you're looking to do something more, if you need more leads, more traffic, more sales, you need to know how to talk to people, I wouldn't even hesitate jumping on this offer with Ron, because honestly, for as little per month as MLSP is, and to have somebody that's willing to coach you and work with you very closely, that's an incredibly powerful thing. And that's a lot of what people want, is somebody just there to bounce ideas off of, and Ron is offering that to you today. So I don't know. I just want to say, Ron, you rock, man. I truly believe you're one of the rare people in this industry. Yeah, man, I can't exhort you guys enough to jump on this.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Mark. You didn't have to say all that. That was that's really kind of you. Yeah, so guys, that's the deal. I mean, if you really want to build a business online like myself and Mark, I want you to get started with My Lead System Pro. Go to rongilak.com /test drive. And actually, what I'll do real quick, I'll show you one thing from one of my previous coaching clients. He just left me like the coolest comment here. Where is that? It's actually pretty good. Oh wait, maybe I deleted that. But yeah, one of my coaching clients. Yep, I made this post like a million times, Mark.
Yeah.
so I deleted that one. But on one of the posts that one of my previous coaching clients made, Ben Corrente, he said in month number 4 of coaching with me, he actually had his first like 5-figure month. He did $10,000 in profit in month number 4 with coaching. So I want to make that guy available to you guys as well. So I'm going to throw the link here in the chat.
That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good testimonial. I should probably use that more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's it, man. That's absolutely, that's a very powerful thing, you know. And I'll just tell you guys, like, you know, in my business, one of the things I know for me that's made all the difference in the world is having a coach. You know, having somebody that actually can give you the guidance you need. If you got a question, can say, nope, don't do that, do this. You know, those little things. You think about this for a second. To have a coach and a mentor, if you're going to go do this and you ask your coach and they say, no, don't do that, do this, think about all the time and effort they just saved you. You're going to go do this and you're going off this direction and it's the wrong direction, and the coach says, nope, you need to go off this direction. You know, that is priceless, and that's really what Ron's offering you here. And you know, that's what it's all about, man. And I know you got a heart to serve people, man, and that's what matters. I have to tell you too, and I know that I speak for you here too, but one of the funnest things about this industry is making a lot of money. Okay, like having a really good month is like super exciting. But what's more exciting than that is actually turning around and helping other people do it. Yeah. And that is where it's really exciting, because it's a feeling you can't describe until you actually help somebody do it. And what do you think about that, Ron? I mean, would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
like you know, like when I get coaching clients, like that's like one of my like single like biggest paydays, like the day they sign up, or if they buy, you know, like the whole year or the whole period at once. I'm just like, yes, you know. But then like knowing that my client Ben made back his total investment and is in profit from that, I'm just like, like I can sleep so good.
Right, yeah, man.
It's great, man. And then it's just like, I need to do it again. That felt great.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, it really is, and it comes down to just being like a servant, you know, and really taking care of the people, you know. And obviously it doesn't mean Ron's going to do it for you, but he's there to help guide you, and that means all the difference in the world, you know. So absolutely, I would definitely jump on it, guys. I mean, if you're looking to, you know, build more online and utilize the right tools, like I said, I've been using My Lead System Pro for many years. It gives you all the websites. And just because I'm a part of the leadership in MLSP, just like Ron is, there's some things about to drop in MLSP that's going to make the membership of MLSP so much more valuable. And I know what they are. I just can't say them yet. Ron, I might tell Ron afterward, but no, I'm just messing. But it's really, really big. Like literally every tool you could ever need is under one roof, and you don't need to, you know, you don't need to go outside to get stuff. You know, you don't. It's all under one roof. You got every tool you need, and it's just a one-stop shop. You want to market online? Here you go. That's all you need right here. You know, because I'll tell you right now, with what you'll spend in an MLSP Mastery membership, you'll spend about 2 or 3 times that in just tools if you go out and get the tools on its own. And that's not even including training and all those types of things. And then you got coaching with Ron on top of it. You know, what was that?
You said that's like just Infusionsoft.
Yeah. I use Infusionsoft now. I want to tell you this. It cost me $2,000 to start it up, and just right now, and I have actually a fairly basic package. I'm paying about $350 a month just for that.
Wow.
So that ought to tell you, you know, there you go. So.
Absolutely. So, Mark, thank you so much for coming out on the webinar tonight. I really appreciate your time, like coming to speak to my audience and just the guys that follow me. So, and all of you guys that are on the webinar tonight, if you like to take advantage of the coaching and the training to grow any of your business, online, network marketing, offline, all that kind of stuff, you can do it with me through My Lead System Pro. I'd be happy to work with you and coach you. Just head on over to rongilak.com/test drive. Okay. Have a great night. Be blessed. And those of you who are already, I should have said this earlier, but those of you who are already a My Lead System Pro member, go ahead and just respond to one of my emails or get at me on Facebook, and I'll provide an alternative for you. So God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. See you guys later on. You rock, man.
See ya.